Sure hope you're hungry for hockey. We have you covered on Comcast Sportsnet with the Caps and the New York Islanders from Nassau Coliseum. Joe Beninati and Craig Laughlin with you. Happy to be with Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. This is a Metropolitan Division matchup. The New York Islanders coming in tied for the top rung against Barry Trotz's squad, which comes in tied for fourth in the Metro. 9 points separate these two teams in the standings. Coach Trotz, all time against the Islanders, has done extremely well. This is the first of four, Locker.
Feel like I'm in Baltimore at a Ravens game.
Just about. Tavares and Backstrom on the opening draw. Off we go. The on-ice officials, the referees tonight are Kevin Pollock and Kyle Raymond. Michel Cormier, Jean Morin have the lines. You're seeing the Capitals lineup combinations top of the screen. You will not see Mike Green in the lineup tonight. Ovechkin cross rink on the money for Tom Wilson. Towards the goal, deflected wide of Yaroslav Halak as Hamonic pounds Backstrom to the end wall. Wilson, topside Niskanen, his drive blocked. Wilson spins one wide of the cage. There's a Poso for the Isles, who are going along at a very crisp clip. They've won 9 of their last 10.
And have 15 on the season. They're really one of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League. Montreal's 8-2 in their last 10. As you mentioned, Joe, this is a team that Caps are going to have to grind with a road-style game to beat them here tonight.
Jack Capuano's D pairs at the top of the screen, bolstered by the arrival of Nick Leddy and Johnny Boychuk through trades just prior to the season. 84 in the blue is Mikhail Grabovski, the former Cap. The wrister from Boychuk buzzes wide as the rebound is swatted away by Holtby. Beagle finding some space at center. He'll chip to the corner. Chimera to the goal mouth, the carom there, and Halak will cover.
Good forecheck, and you've got to establish your forecheck against the Islanders, Joe B., especially early on in the game.
Craig, tell us more about the netminders.
Well, Holtby's in a good rhythm, finding a groove. 4-2 his last 6. The goals against 1.67 against the Isles. He's 5-1-1. Yaroslav Halak, maybe the hottest goalie in the NHL. He's won 7 straight, first goalie here on the island, Joe B., to do that since 06.
And Rick DiPietro. It's amazing. Halak has surrendered a mere 8 goals total in those 7 wins. Anders Lee dumps it ahead off of Jack Hillen, who's returned to the lineup in Mike Green's absence. The booming drive twisted right on by Wisnowski. 2 saves there for Braden Holtby. Marcus Johansson will capture. Send in Burakovsky at the line. This is offside against Washington.
You know, we highlighted the Capitals D at the top of the show about how aggressive they have been and how offensive they have been. Same holds true for this Islander bunch. They generate a lot of chances. Burakovsky trying to get back on the board, Joe. They need his offense, especially here tonight. He has no points in his last 5 games. 15 wins this season, more wins than the Knicks, Nets. Plus, all the New York teams.
Every other major pro sports entity in the area. Best start for the Islanders through 21 games in their franchise's history. This is an organization that's won 4 cups. Cizikas bottled in. Matt Martin there to help. Centering pass collected by Kuznetsov. With the help of Fair and Liam O'Brien, they're back through center. Michael Latta is the healthy scratch offensively as Halak will hold with a glove.
This is a good matchup. 4th line against 4th line. Capuano likes to roll lines, as does Barry Trotz. The Islanders have a very physical line when you add in Clutterbuck and Martin. The Capitals have a good grind with O'Brien back in the lineup. Should pay dividends here tonight. You want to get everybody involved right off the get-go. And OB back in the lineup adds that toughness and grit that the Capitals need throughout their lineup.
Caps and Islanders this Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve in the United States. One of 9 games on the slate. Orpik feeds for John Carlson, the wrister on the way that was deadened by Nikolai Kulemin. Another player new to the fold. The centering pass glanced off of Wilson's skate boot. Kyle Oposo, who led the Islanders in scoring last year, gets it back to center. Ovechkin gave it up. Kulemin on the steal. Fires and a pad save for Holtby.
Got to be careful all over the ice. Ice pucks to the middle, Joe, and that so-called good ice between the dots is a no-no unless you're 100% sure. They play a left wing lock. They close off the middle. You've got to be fine-tuned when it comes to passing the puck between the blue lines.
Backstrom waits, saucer for Niskanen, that's deflected away. Alzner keeps it alive in the offensive zone. Tom Wilson, shaded by Tavares. Oposo drawing a bead on Alzner, who keeps it in for Washington once more. We've crossed the 3-minute mark of a scoreless opening period. You look down the dasher, Niskanen sending one towards the cage. Wilson there, upset with the referee, as Hamonic will exit the zone. Tavares will clear it in. The Islanders want the line change. Niskanen glides back through center and casually plays it on the boards. A hard-charging Jay Beagle is there. Chimera up in arms with Boychuk. Physical customer now on the back end in New York blue. This is Nick Leddy, the 23-year-old former Cup winner in Chicago.
Man, Chicago Joe B is probably going to look back on that deal moving Leddy here. I mean, he has been super here on the island. The one thing that you notice right off the bat about Leddy, he doesn't throw the puck in. He's a guy that carries the puck, which really helps their offense.
Grabowski on to Frans Nielsen. Nielsen drifting wide off the goalie stick of Braden Holtby. Stuff attempt, and Holtby got back to the post in time. Joel Ward there for Washington to clean up the mess in front as we near the 5-minute mark of the opening period. New York out shooting Washington to this point, 6-2. The hard around finds Johansson. Help comes from Burakovsky. There to make the defensive play, Brock Nelson, who's had a beautiful fall for New York. He and Ryan Strome just outstanding on a third-line contribution.
Hey, you wouldn't think that he would lead the team in goals with 10, does Brock Nelson. He's been red hot for this team.
It's this turkey's night before Turkey Day. Here comes Craig's Voice on Value, presented by Morgan Franklin Consulting.
You're going to like this one, Joe.
I am.
Presence.
Oh,
okay.
I love the spelling.
Yes. They talk about getting to the net, looking for tips, deflections, rebounds. I'm saying they go there, they do that. They're going to be having presence in front of Halak tonight.
I see what you did there.
You see?
I get jokes. Nice spelling. Braden Holtby will lift the puck around the glass, and it will squirt back through center where Brock Nelson reloads. Minnesota native, 23 years of age, has been a threat on the power play for New York. We're at even in full strength. Strome for Nelson. Anders Lee hovering in the slot. There he is! He scores! Anders Lee.
Well, a three-way passing play, and it's a wide open net just about. There's no way Holtby could get his right leg across unless it was 8 feet long. There's the pass. The chunk of the shot turns into a pretty darn good-looking pass. So it's a broken play. You see the triangle down low. You see the nice play in front of the net. Lee pushes off of the Capitals defender, giving himself room. The Islanders up 1-0 here in the first.
Capitals have allowed the first goal in 9 of the last 13 outings. Anders Lee's 4th of the season, all of them here at Nassau Coliseum, 1-0 New York. Matt Martin, annually among the league's hit leaders, plays it out wide for Wisnowski. He was shaded there by Karl Alzner. This Islanders squad at 15-6, they've been hearing a lot of cheers from the Coliseum faithful in this building's final season in the NHL.
Yeah, one more game for us, Joe B, up here in the perch. One of the best views you can see from a hockey game up here where we sit very close to the ice surface. This place has been rocking. You win here on the island, you win in New York. Fans are 100% behind you, and that's what we're seeing. This takes me back to the 80s, Joe, when they were winning all the cups.
Quick one-time drive, sails high. That was Clutterbuck who let it go. Alex Ovechkin didn't play it clear. Kulemin was there for New York. As Niskanen sends through center. Off of Wilson's skate, it'll roll back behind Yaroslav Halak. Halak, who played a dozen games with Washington last season. Kulemin bumped by Backstrom, who relieves him of the hockey puck. Orpik will dump it back into Backstrom's corner. Wilson from the angle, steered away by Halak. Brooks Orpik teaming up with Backstrom. Bring it this way for Karlsson. A wrister that floats wide of Halaki was not able to see much of that. Calvin DeHaan for the Isles on the outlet to his partner Hamonic. This one dribbles to the doorstep. Backstrom with a good back check. 7 minutes gone by on CSN Plus. The Islanders have a 1-0 advantage thanks to Anders Lee. Ovechkin lets it go, knocked down by the defensive Leddy. End to end comes Nielsen. Out wide for Bailey. Bailey to the late guy, Leddy, closing in to the slot. And Frans Nielsen could not pull the trigger cleanly with Nate Schmidt close by.
And that's exactly the way the Capitals play with their D, and you're seeing the same thing for the Islanders. Leddy and company joining the attack. When it becomes a 3-on-2, they make it a 4-on-2. You've got to be sharp defensively.
Hillen's wrister deflected out of play by Josh Bailey. Inside a noisy Nassau Coliseum. The Islanders get the jump on the scoreboard. Anders Lee left alone in the slot. New York 1, Washington 0. Back in a moment. Let us get the jump on wishing you happy Thanksgiving on CSN, where the Islanders have a 1-0 advantage over your Caps. Star Treks presented by Toyota. Locker, their paths should cross a few times tonight.
Yeah, Jack Hillen in for the injured Mike Green. Great opportunity for Hillen to get some action. Spent 175 games here on the island. Their captain, 15 points in 17 games against the Caps, John Tavares. He has been solid. He has 20 points leading this Islander team.
Chimera uncorks a wrister wide of the goal, guarded by Yaroslav Halak. As the Isles put it off of the rink, it was deflected, so the faceoff should come outside the zone.
Yeah, Joel Warden company, those guys have to generate offense against Nick Leddy and the rest of this Islander defensive core. The Caps need some body contacts. Guys like Ward, guys like Chimera have to get in on Boychuk, Leddy, go down the list of guys, Hamonic, DeHaan. They're healthy back there. You know, a couple of guys were out in their last game against the Flyers, but that just shows you the type of depth that Capuano's dealing with here on his blue line.
DeHaan and Hickey missed that Flyers game, both of them under the weather. Jack Capuano was surrounded by a horde of media this morning at the skate, and it's happy times for this Islanders coach.
And it's amazing. You hear the same type of things as Capuano's in his 5th season. He talks about structure. He talks about accountability. He talks about playing the right way. We've heard that many a time, Joe, around the league. We've heard it from Barry Trotz. That's why they're having success. They have those things in order. Plus, they're really excelling. They're coming together as a team. The Caps with a real tough stretch here. 3-4 night, twice against this Islander bunch.
The next one comes on Friday. Remember, that's a 5 p.m. start, folks, the day after Thanksgiving at Verizon Center. We'll keep you company for it. Anders Lee at the 5:11 mark of the first period, a 1-0 advantage for the Islanders. Joel Ward, who will celebrate birthday number 34 next week. Watching as Boychuk revs it up back through center to Oposo. Overlapping with Tavares. To the slot of Oposo, that's angled away and over top of the goal. Kulemin to the deep slot on the backhand that was blocked from Tavares. Ovechkin didn't get it out. John Carlson has some room. And Backstrom will skate it free and clear. Ovechkin in NHL game number 700. On the overlap there, poke checked away from Backstrom. Kulemin drifting wide. Nikolai Kulemin, former Leaf property, throws one right to Braden Holtby. Back to point position. Hamonic's not going to get there in time as we near the midway mark of the opening period. New York out shooting Washington 9-2. Holtby waits for this one off the wall. Leaves to a turning Nate Schmidt. Brouwer coughed it up. This Islanders team is extremely difficult to move against through neutral zone.
Yeah, they play that left wing lock, meaning Joe B, they always have 3 guys back. They have the left winger and the 2D. They're each responsible for a third of the ice, from the dot over, from dot to dot, and from the dot over. So if you don't dump it in, you don't get the puck around the net below the goal line, it's going to be a tough night for you.
A very frustrating one.
Exactly.
Burakovsky swivels away from Cizikas. Andre Burakovsky with a long reach, slams on the brakes. Cizikas stays to him. One-time slapper from Johansson was shanked. Back comes Clutterbuck for the Isles. These two teams wearing their 3rd jerseys tonight. The Islanders Stadium Series and the Washington outfit Very similar to the one they wore in Winter Classic past in 2011.
I love the white uniform for the Caps. I love the pants, the red pants with the stars down. Very sweet looking here tonight on the road.
In that Winter Classic, with this arrangement, the Caps wore a red hat.
Yeah.
If folks remember. Eric Fair working back through center in the white helmets tonight, as Boychuk will turn. Former Bruin plays it out there. Liam O'Brien back in business for Washington will dump it in. We've crossed the midway mark of the opening period. Lee from Strome and Nelson. Snapshot coming right on. Halak made the save there on Fair. Nick Leddy, former Mr. Hockey in the great state of Minnesota during his high school days. Good poke check by Fair, forcing Ryan Strome back. Strome, a high draft pick, top 5 overall for these Islanders, as this is going to be whistled against Washington for offside. We played 11 minutes and 6 seconds of the first. The Caps on the road and down by 1.
Family, health, get to play a game for a living. That's pretty fortunate there. I guess just freedom. You look around the world, we're pretty blessed to live in this country. I think we take a lot of it for granted at times, but it's a good day to reflect on. We should probably do a little bit more.
Brooks Orpik's thoughts in our legal seafood bite of the night on this Thanksgiving Eve. So many of us with so much to be thankful for as Beagle works in. And back checking, Franz Nielsen collects the puck and clears it in deep. Just jumping on board with us on CSN Plus, the Caps trailing the Islanders by 1. Anders Lee, point blank, at the 5:11 mark, beating Braden Holtby. Joel Ward digging in the corner, bounces back to point position. Orpik for Niskanen. He fires, and Halak has it in the guts. So along those lines, fans, we ask you on Twitter tonight, #CapitalsTalk, what are you most thankful for this year? Tell us what you are most thankful for this year, #CapitalsTalk. Washington 9-8-3, 21 points in the Metro. The New York Islanders at 15-6-0, 30 points in a first-place tie with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Right off the draw, Whistler from Ovechkin that sailed wide. Carlson towards the goal, also wide of the cooker. Orpik creamed on the boards. Tom Wilson towards the front. Ovechkin knocked down by Hamonic. You'll see Travis Hamonic out there a lot against Washington's number 8. Scouting report on Hamonic has always said he will play the toughest players in the league, the best offensive talents, in a very tough way. Ovechkin with the puck, cruising back through center on a lead for Backstrom. Nicholas hooks to his forehand. Nicholas Backstrom serves it out. Brooks Orpik's wrister, gloved by Halak. Backstrom feathers this pass on its bumpy way to Jack Hillen, but it will force Washington to regroup at center.
That was a good attack by Nick Backstrom. Pretty good sort out defensively by the New York Islanders, making sure they had their heads on the swivels to try to pick up guys going to the net.
A Burakovsky rocket that's right to the midsection of Halak. Attention, Dish customers. Dish may drop CSN Mid-Atlantic. You'll miss out on your Caps and Wizards action. Folks, you need to write these numbers down. Call 1-844-I-WANT-CSN or log on to iwantcsnma.com. Tell Dish not to drop your favorite teams. Locker, we have to re-emphasize Monday. Monday could be the day that Dish drops CSN, so please, folks, speak up.
Yeah, we want you to stay on board with us, following the Caps all season long and all the great programming here on CSN.
Cal Clutterbuck will send it the length of the ice. This will be an icing call. In the estimation of the linesman, it's an unpopular call to the fans here at the Coliseum.
Good play by Jack Hillen, impeding the big fella there, Martin. That's why the fans booing a little bit. Got leverage on the big guy who's trying to wheel in. There's Jack back in the lineup tonight. He's persevered. Watch him just get that right shoulder in front of Martin there. That imaginary line, they give the advance to Jack Hillen. Hillen face off to the right of Halak.
The Islanders signed Jack Hillen out of Colorado College. He was an All-American defenseman there. Back in the day, Jack was reminiscing about defense partners on Long Island. This drive is turned aside by Halak. He was remembering fondly the towering defender Andy Sutton. So we have the game's first penalty coming up here. It's a hold.
Caps get the first power play. The referee talking to Matt Martin. He's not happy about it, but he goes to the box. He's usually taking roughing or charging penalties. Martin goes in for the hold. The Capitals get a power play, and they've been hard to come by. And there you see it, right there in the center of the screen, the takedown, the hit. O'Brien goes down. Capuano's team goes to the PK.
Washington, a power play goal in just 3 of its last 8 games. Overall, they are 25.4% effective. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see the Islanders on the penalty kill, hovering around 76%. In the last couple of weeks, as New York has heated up, their penalty killing's been around 90%. Hamonic, one of the reasons why, lost possession. Johansson on a backdoor feed for Ovechkin. It never arrived.
Yeah, pretty good hand-eye coordination by DeHaan in front of the net. He got a piece of that as the saucer tried to go across.
Johansson for Backstrom. Scanning the defense. With patience away from Nielsen. Points it to Niskanen. Then Ovechkin. Niskanen playing the role of Mike Green, who's out tonight injured. Backstrom settles. Back on top for Niskanen. Ovechkin's one-timer. He scores! Alex Ovechkin with a dart.
You know it's going to be coming, and everybody pre-scouts the Caps. You just cannot stop that type of blast from Alex Ovechkin. He's got his 10th on the season, his 5th power play goal, and this is all about execution. Watch Nick Backstrom. How about that for a flutter saucer pass that sets up Niskanen, and he lays it right in the wheelhouse of the great 8. And there's the slapper to tie this baby up. Matt Martin not long in the sin bin. OV has 432 goals after that dart.
23 of them in his career against New York, an Islanders team that he has tormented routinely in this his 10th season as a pro. 13:46 the time of the tally. Should be from Niskanen and Backstrom, as Halak will cover up in the crease with plenty of guys looking for a loose puck.
Hey, talk about the power play. It's all about execution, Joe B. Looking around some statistics, OV has been on in his career, Joe. Get this number. For 422 power play goals he's been on the ice for. The only guy in Caps history to be on more, I think, is Peter Bondra at 427. Doesn't mean you score, but you're on the ice on that power play unit.
For Alex Ovechkin now in his career, Craig, we showed the total of goals. He's got 156 power play goals alone. Familiar high heat right past Yaroslav Halak to tie it up. Hillen cranks this one off the defender, Strome. Boychuk plays it on the outside for Nelson.
So far in this first period, the Caps have been very good in the offensive zone draws. OV's had 2 cracks at a face-off directly. That's another one that goes to the point. That can pay dividends. They got to keep winning the puck possession battles in the offensive zone.
Anders Lee shimmies away from Jack Hillen, who gets help from Jay Beagle. Washington looks to clear their defensive territory. Joel Ward greeted again by Lee, as Nelson will resurface for Boychuk. Both teams are in the middle of a line change. Tavares will send it in. Washington working without an injured John Erskine, Dmitry Orlov, Aaron Volpatti, Mike Green, and Brooks Laich tonight. The healthy scratch is Michael Latta. Halak tees it up for a turning DeHaan. On the wing to Kulemin. Smartly out of the zone for Oposo. One-on-one against Brooks Orpik. Orpik takes him to the boards. 5-on-5 play continues. Power play goal recently from Alex Ovechkin has knotted the score at 1.
And did you see the way he took them to the boards under control, Joe? They're very sneaky and slick. You've got to go under control when you take these forwards into the corner, just like Orpik did.
Offside against Washington. Alex Ovechkin celebrating the tying tally. We are 1-1 on the island. We'll have you back to the Coliseum after this. A 1-1 count here on Long Island. Our sport fans of the game, brought to you by Sport Automotive Chevrolet and Honda. Be a sport fan too. Visit sportautomotive.com. Easy to tell who they are rooting for. And those two as well, as we are here at Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Anders Lee and Alex Ovechkin have traded tallies. It's 1-1 with 4:45 separating us from Ladislas intermission line.
And since the Islander goal by Anders Lee, the Capitals have outshot the home team 6-1, Joe B. So they were getting outshot early. They've turned the tables, getting pucks to Halak at the latter stages of the first here.
Happy to see that. Wisniewski with a long drive, padded away by Braden Holtby. Martin sends it below the goal line. Wisniewski crashing in. Sent to the boards heavily there by Liam O'Brien. There's a penalty coming up. A slashing call spotted.
Yeah, it's going to go against the Caps. They're not going to like it. They're going to talk about it as they go over to the bench. So the Caps will go shorthanded.
Number 87, Washington, 2-minute slashing.
And it's Liam O'Brien. There he is. He goes off. He can't believe it. He's a disbeliever. Here you'll take a look. Liam O'Brien coming in. That little whack, enough to send him into the box. I don't like it either. It got a little bit of his Wisniewski's stick. That little slash sends Liam O'Brien to the box.
Barry Trotz encouraging his penalty killers. Islanders on the season ranked 18th in the NHL with a man advantage. They were 0 for 3 recently against Philadelphia.
And the Caps humming along on their penalty kill, you know, moving up in the ranks, 13th now, 15 of their last 15 overall, and 18 of their last 20 on the PK.
15 out of 15 sounds good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oposo dumps it in. Holtby waving at it, trouble here! Point blank range again, and it's gunned out by Brooks Orpik. Exhale.
That was an adventure.
It sure was. Franz Nielsen carries through center. Met at the line by Brouwer, who turns him back. Floating it ahead, hoping for Beagle to run onto it. Wisniewski with a good skating leg still at the tender age of 38. Nielsen on to Tavares. Tavares delaying at the line. Saucer pass gets away from Johnny Boychuk. He of the thunderous point shot. Tavares works in. Gliding through center. Bailey to the front. Niskanen's the only man there, and he'll send New York packing.
That's all about reading there by Niskanen. He read that drop pass and going behind your body. They did not detect that. Niskanen read it perfectly to clear the puck.
Leddy, one of the Iron Men in the NHL, drops it off for Grabowski. To the front, intended for Bailey, deflected by Chimera. Josh Bailey leaves it back behind, and along the side dasher, Mikhail Grabowski in a wrestling match, the former Cap. To the point, it'll get away from Boychuk as Ward put a flame to him.
Boychuk's had a tough period, a couple of giveaways, that misplay. Looks like he's really fighting the puck a little bit, and that's not usually the case for number 55.
Grabowski on the go, drops to Strome. He drives right to the glove of Braden Holtby. Folks, tonight's Cold Hard Fact, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It won't be long before it's so long, Long Island.
Looking to get to 500 with a win here tonight are the good guys to go 48-48-3 if it works out. Most goals scored here on the island. Bonsai, he has 19. Most wins, the great Ole Kolzig, Joe B.
Hamonic Locker fires and scores right off the draw.
The Islanders get their one-goal lead back. They too strike on the power play. And you said it, Joe B, right off the draw. Hamonic long range. They got bodies in front. They're very good at getting traffic. Watch Martin come across. Right there, Martin screens everything. He's as tall as he is wide, and there's the shot. And you can see the reaction of the Capitals netminder Holtby. He did not see it. Once Martin got positioning, he has 16 career goals for that defender.
Travis Hamonic with tallies now against Colorado, Carolina, and Washington as Halak nearly put one on a platter for Tom Wilson. 2:05 with which to work in the opening period, 2-1 for the locals. Backstrom, second on the point scoring list for Washington, turns away. Nicholas offers it down the flank for Ovechkin. He was guarded tightly by Cizikas. Cheers of "Let's Go Islanders" erupt again from the Coliseum. Kuhlman will drop it into the corner. Niskanen bats it on around. Backstrom to the wall there with Tavares. Clutterbuck with a primary assist on that power play goal. Johansson on for Wilson. And to the kneeling Yaroslav Halak for save number 8.
Yeah, rather routine for Halak, the way he's been flying around with 7 straight wins. Wilson just unloads it. There you look at the former cap netminder. Halak and company, they changed up goaltending here on the island between him and Chad Johnson, signed away from the Bees, new contracts. Very solid are the 2 goaltenders, one of the key reasons why Capuano's team has 15 wins.
Tom Wilson, who played in every game in his rookie NHL season, has a tally this year against Arizona back at Verizon Center. Washington trailing on the road by 1 to New York as Carlson sends it in. The delayed offside washed out. Wisnowski plays to the dasher board. Anders Lee jamming with John Carlson in the final minute of the first. Johansson plays indirectly to Brouwer. Troy Brouwer absorbs the hit. Spins away for Nielsen, but gave up the puck. Anders Lee will clear in. He hears the bench begging for the line change. 40 seconds to operate in the first. Brouwer getting help from Burakovsky as the Caps are going in reverse. Johansson scales back through neutral ice. Loved down by Leddy. Beagle with Bailey. There's Grabowski returning it to Bailey. Canceled by Carlson. 15 seconds to go. Ward on the chip and chase for Chimera. Jason Chimera's good speed, making sure there was no icing on that play. 3 seconds to go in the period. They jam forward along the boards, and the opening frame comes to its conclusion with New York on top.
A very entertaining first 20 minutes, not what the boys in white wanted, but Ovi's on the board on the power play. He's got his 10th lock, very solid, stopping 8 of 9 in the first for the Islanders.
Which brings us to Lattice's Intermission Live. Coming up, special feature, highlights and stats, and we'll remember a Caps-Islanders playoff game from long ago. Wasn't so happy in Easter. Alex Ovechkin and friends here at the Coliseum. Isles trying to knock them down and stay on top in the Metro. Lattice's Intermission Live follows these words. They can fill the stands with about 16,000 inside of Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. They've been noisy tonight. The Islanders have a 2-1 advantage over Troy Brouwer and the Washington Capitals. Anders Lee, Travis Hamonic have the goals for New York. Washington's response on the man advantage from Alex Ovechkin, his 10th of the season, a team-leading total at 13:46 in the opening frame. Jack Capuano's squad against the Metropolitan Division so far this year, Locker, 6-1.
That'll help out, won't it? The Capitals 3-1 versus the Met. The Islanders much more against the Eastern Conference and the division overall to start this season.
It's the first of a home-and-home set around the Thanksgiving holiday, just past the top of the hour. It's the NHL on CSN Plus with a special welcome to those watching on TCN Philadelphia with us tonight. The early icing call against the Isles sets John Carlson and Barry Trotz up in the offensive zone. Backstrom ready to win this draw for Washington. The Caps had the upper hand in terms of face-offs in the first period as this shot is deflected out of play. From a game notes perspective, Braden Holtby has been solid in his career against the Isles.
Yeah, nice numbers, 5-1-1 in goals against under 2, 9.42 save percentage, tied for 7th in franchise history when it comes to wins. Capitals here at Nassau Coliseum since 08-09, 9-2. The Islanders 12-1 when scoring at least 3 or more goals.
Yaroslav Halak, the former Capital netminder in the cage for the Isles, on a terrific run for himself. He's unbeaten in his last 7 decisions. Oposo lets this one fly wide. He was looking for the tip-in of Tavares. Opening minute of the second period. New York in the blue jerseys. Caps will reconvene with the Isles Friday afternoon at Verizon Center, 5 p.m. time. Oposo, snapshot wide of the cage. Wisnowski dealing with Tom Wilson, who has the disc for the Capitals, but didn't get it out with the help of Ovechkin. Grabowski with a sizzler that goes over top of the goal. Mikhail Grabowski of Belarusian descent. This is Wilson clearing in from center.
And Grabowski either seems to run hot or cold to start the season. He was a hot guy for this Islanders team. The last 12 games, Joe, just 3 points, a goal and 2 assists for Grabo.
Just 1 goal locker in the last dozen, if I've done my homework right.
That's exactly right.
Grabowski's pass, looking for Bailey on the interchange. Mikhail Grabowski to the slot off the boot of Franz Nielsen, who was getting a lot of deserved praise from Barry Trotz in Coach Trotz's media discussion this morning.
The longest tenured Islander, Franz Nielsen.
Grabowski to the goal mouth, rejected by Alzner. Follow-up chance, that was blocked by Carl as well. Grabowski double-teamed on the perimeter. 5-on-5, the two teams skate, each club with a power play goal in the opening period. Leddy, high on the window, all the way around to Boychuk. Pressed to the boards by Chimera. The ever-present "Let's Go Islanders" cheers. Grabowski lost the handle, and Ward will exit the zone.
And what he said about Franz Nielsen, getting back to him, Joe B, is just how underrated he is and what a great two-way player he is. Sort of flies under the radar. He scores, he defends. He's so good at both sides of the puck.
Agreed. Burakovsky sweeps below the goal line. Strome is there to greet him. Hillen closing. A wrist shot pass that's deflected away by Boychuk. Johansson captures for DC. Burakovsky turns right into the waiting arms of Brock Nelson.
And for Hillen, he played under 4 minutes in that first, so they're just getting some ample ice time for Jack Hillen. A couple of guys had to step up and play over 8. And that was Orpik and Carlson in the first period for the Caps.
Jack Hillen had been scratched the last 19 games. He's in the lineup with an injured Mike Green on the sick bay list. Hopefully not for too long. Cizikas to the front. Martin was tied up. Clutterbuck closing with a wrister that was dealt with by Braden Holtby. Cizikas backpedals away from the pressure. DeHaan's slapper muffled by Brouwer, and he'll leave it on the boards for Marcus Johansson to clear on down. 3.5 gone by in the second period, 2-1 for the Isles. Wisnowski on this rush. On for Martin. A weak backhand, no troubles for Holtby. Ovechkin tables it for Tom Wilson. He strides back through center with Backstrom. Alzner pressing ahead. Carl Alzner leaves to the captain. Ovechkin, great look. Backstrom swooping below the goal line. Ovechkin on the bump set for Niskanen. Alzner activates. Islanders will sweep it away and clear. On the run, Tavares full speed ahead. Tavares turns the corner, poke check by Alzner.
Yeah, nice stick work there. And I think the coaching staff's going to like that play by Carl, not letting Tavares get on the inside, kept him to the outside, utilized his stick to perfection.
Shots are 15-9 for the Isles. They lead 2-1 as we approach the 5-minute mark of the second period. Leddy's canceled out by Carlson. Orpik sends it around to his U.S. Olympic mate. Isles don't have to vacate the zone just yet. Now they do, with Nick Leddy hammering one in from center. Orpik to Carlson. Bouncing it back onto the Islanders' side of the table. Icing is washed out. Boychuk from his knees. Ward fidgets it loose. A backhand try for Beagle. Stopped by Halak. Hillen walks the line. Chimera lets it go off of Halak and wide. Mikhail Grabowski spins twice out of the corner. Bad clearing attempt, but Beagle fumbled it before he could pull the trigger.
Oh, good sign there. Really good net presence by that trio. Beagle, Chimera, Ward getting to the front of Halak, causing a commotion.
Beagle from a severe angle. Halak shuts that down, and he'll clamp onto it. 2-1 New York, folks, the 2015 Bridgestone NHL Winter Classic is going to be played New Year's Day at Nationals Park. For more information on how to guarantee access to tickets to the game, call 202-266-CAPS, or you can visit WashingtonCaps.com. Those deep red uniforms for the Caps to be working against the Chicago Blackhawks on New Year's Day. Yevgeny Kuznetsov sets up to take this draw in the offensive zone for Washington. Just the second time ever he's faced the Islanders. He scored in the previous meeting last year. 2-on-1 developing, closing in. Strome, head saved by Holtby.
And that was a great back checker. Strome would have buried that. He's a very good sharp shooter, but it was the back check that just got his stick in time. Good funnel up the middle by the Caps defensively to stop that great chance.
Strome leads the team in plus-minus as Hamonic's drive is muffled.
Yeah, +9 will do it, won't it?
Nate Schmidt leads Washington in that category, and he'll clear. Wisniewski, so clever, very smart defensive handle for the 38-year-old 15th-year pro. Strome enters the zone, finds Nelson right up the gut. Down low lead, denied by Holtby. Johansson will accelerate through center. Marcus Johansson cuts to the middle. Put a couple of wingers offside with that move. So he'll drag it back out and reorganize with Schmidt. Niskanen, rink wide. Too strong for Johansson. Thomas Hickey, the 25-year-old native of Calgary, lost the puck. Through the front there, intended for Brouwer. It was just out of his reach. Cizikas clears it in. Alzner stepping on the biscuit there for a moment. Ovechkin comes up high on Hickey. Burakovsky dodging Clutterbuck, who's second best in the league when it comes to hits, as this one leaves the rink. 6 minutes, 45 seconds into period 2. Thanksgiving Eve for the Capitals, spent on Long Island. From all of them to all of you, happy Thanksgiving and thanks for watching us on Comcast Sportsnet. After a frantic start, this is mellowing into a solid game. The Islanders have a 2-1 advantage over the Caps. On the Toyota League leaderboard locker, these forwards get paid by the minute.
3 of them in the lineup here tonight. 2 from the Caps and Backstrom over 21 minutes. Nugent Hopkins, Tavares at 20:47, and the grade 8 at 20:41. The ice time leaders when it comes to forwards around the National Hockey League.
Backstrom wins the draw for Washington. The Capitals doing well at the faceoff dots. I see that Jay Beagle was 5-0 in the first period on faceoffs. John Carlson, the ice time leader, reversing the flow with Brooks Orpik. This is Carlson through center. Nice move around Kulemin. Flips it into the corner. Wilson on the go with Hamonic. You see them right in your living room. Whoop. Ovechkin bum rushing down to Hahn. Carlson switch it up for Orpik. Wrister on the way off the post. It had Halak beaten.
And it had net presence, and that's why the puck got through that maze. You had the great 8 getting to the front of the net. He caused the screen. No chance for the goaltender. Just a sliver. And the Caps would have tied this game up from Orpik.
DeHaan sails it out there for Bailey. He'll rake it back behind the Washington goal as Jack Capuano changes his troops for New York. Backstrom feeds to Alzner. Carl Alzner down the alleyway on through Ovechkin. He was able to deflect it, so there's no icing. 8 minutes gone by in period 2. No scoring in this frame. Nielsen on the go. Dodges the Niskanen hip check. Stick save for Holtby. Beagle one-hands it along to Chimera. He ran right into the defender. There Bailey. Now Grabowski swooping back behind. The feed intended for Leddy. Deflected away. Boychuk. Off the boards for Bailey. Glanced it on to Nielsen. He and Grabowski play catch. Bailey occupied by Niskanen. Alzner has it for Washington. 2-1 Isles. The lead goal provided by Travis Hamonic. Niskanen will clear it in. Matt had a power play tally, his first as a Cap, in the loss to Buffalo most recently. 2-on-2 and back through center. This is Strome. Waits. Finds a trailer there. And Lee and Boychuk had their signals crossed.
Yeah, Boychuk. I think Lee was surprised that Boychuk was right off his tail. 2 Islanders wide open and both didn't get that shot away on that nice seam pass.
The graceful Burakovsky was met there by the hip of Boychuk. Wisniewski feeds and Strome will exit the zone. Gets the center line and tumbles it into the corner. Anders Lee, 3 years at the University of Notre Dame, an All-American with the Fighting Irish. Didn't come out of there with a puck. Schmidt on for Brouwer. He'll flip it into the corner and go after Cizikas and make him pay. Wisniewski back through center with Hickey. Spins out wide. Martin closing. Stopped by Holtby. He was right on the angle. Craig, a few moments ago, it was Brooks Orpik. This Thompson Creek window of opportunity, heavy metal.
And you'll see the puck go back, and look at OV get in that shooting channel. The big reason the puck even got through was Ovechkin getting in front of the goalie's eyes. Watch OV move right there. That puck went 8-hole underneath his glove, hits the pipe, and the Caps would have tied it. Just a little too fine there for Orpik off the pipe, but good net presence by the Capitals captain.
All of those faces on the bench hoping for an equalizer here soon enough as we near the midway mark of regulation time. Fair trundles one into the corner. Halak doesn't play the puck very often, but he moved it on there for Hickey. It exploded off of his tape. Cizikas absorbs a hit, floats back to center where Orpik will give ground. Kuznetsov, then Carlson. 5-on-5 play continues. Isles out shooting the Caps 20-12. Fair with one hand on the blade. Liam O'Brien to the slot, angled away by Halak. Cal Clutterbuck through center. For whatever reason, Clutterbuck has feasted upon Washington.
What's he got? 5 goals against the Caps?
In 8 games.
Impressive.
Martin cross ring. Dahan unloads. That hit the screener. Oposo. Kyle Oposo finds the open man, Hamonic. Hamonic, wrister that goes over top of a jabbing Braden Holtby. It's Fair's puck to deliver back through center. Backstrom on the move. Off the head fake, gets around Hamonic. To the point, closing. Alsner fires, glove save. Halak. And then a bit of a mugging in front. Ovechkin in a headlock. Hamonic won't let him go. Isles have a 2-1 lead. We'll get you back to Long Island after this. Locker, the Caps are busy. Hadid shows us the road ahead.
Yeah, you take a look at 3 of those road games in the next 5. We're back in action Friday against the Islanders. Notice fans, a 5 o'clock tilt. We'll have all the coverage here on CSN. Saturday, we're at the Maple Leafs up in Toronto. Tuesday, the Canucks. Thursday, the Hurricanes. And Saturday, we're at the Devils.
Chock full of NHL festivities for you on Comcast Sportsnet. The Capitals are in town here in Nassau County. The New York Islanders will be playing at Barclays Center this time next year. Lots of the guys were reminiscing as we entered the arena today for the morning skate, knowing that this is the second to last time, at least in the regular season, that they'll dress in this barn as the puck leaves the playing surface. You remember this building very well as well.
I like this building, Joe. It was always hopping, especially come playoff time. We had a great rivalry with the New York Islanders during the early 80s. Obviously, all the banners in the stands here during that Stanley Cup run, and all the great players that played here, like a Billy Smith, a Nystrom, a Bossy, a Trottier, a Gillies, a Potvin. You go down the list of greats that played right here at Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
So many of those immortalized in the rafters here. Washington won 3 of 4 against New York a season ago. They won both games in this barn. Both of them went beyond regulation. The Caps winning in a shootout and winning in overtime. Niskanen towards the cage, answered by Boychuk. Chimera with a good skating legs, driving wide on Leddy. Joel Ward in the middle of the cycle for Chimera. On top to Niskanen. Winds and fires. A blocker pad save for Halak. Niskanen able to keep it in. Along the dasher on through Chimera. Collected by Leddy. Leddy tied up. Chimera digging it loose. Ward there to fetch as well. Point position, Carlson. Chipped it on to Chimera. 5-on-5 play here, even in full strength. Ward waiting. Bumped by Boychuk. Ward sturdy on his stick. Trying to step to the front, and Boychuk would not allow it. Ward leaves it in the wash for Chimera. Fans wanted a call against the rugged Cap winger. None from either referee, Kevin Pollock or Kyle Raymond tonight.
I wish we'd see that every game. Just hard one-on-one battles. That was a great one between Ward and Boychuk, both offensively and defensively, all within the realms of this game. I like to see more of that type of play in the corners. Wonderful.
Wisnowski distributes to the inside for Hickey as the defense gets into the act. Capitals able to short circuit that. It's Johansson 1-against-1. Johansson working on Wisnowski, a well-timed poke check there. And he gets right up into the flow with Tavares. Tavares drifting, wrister on the way, no worries for Holtby. Brouwer has the puck, on for Johansson. Marcus Johansson, drop pass to Ovechkin, fires one way wide of the cage. 7 minutes with which to work in the second period. Tom Wilson stacked up at the line, he'll dump it in. Yaroslav Halak, he's won 8 games in a row before, did that with St. Louis back in February and March of 2012. He's won his last 7 decisions. The Islanders have been cooking.
And that's why Chad Johnson really not getting a lot of starts. He has not put up the numbers he did in Boston last year. Halak's been the #1 guy, but when you look at Chad Johnson, just 3 starts, his last 11 overall here for the Islanders.
It is part of a new look New York Islanders squad. Oposo fires. That may have been deflected by Backstrom. It was high nonetheless. Ovechkin in a foot race. Winds in, fires on a rolling puck that caught the outside of the cage.
Wow, Halak was thinking of challenging him.
He did, and he makes a stop there on an Ovechkin tap, and he'll cover. 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go, second period. Folks, the assist leaders are presented by your local Hyundai dealers. Let them assist you in scoring the lowest prices on the hottest lineup in America. Plenty of aisles to love or hate, depending on your point of view.
And this is also why they won the Stanley Cup. Bryan Trottier, 111 more than Dennis Potvin, a defenseman. Bossy, Gillies, Tonelli, all racking up the assists. Brought to you by Hyundai here tonight. But Bryan Trottier, one of the all-time best center icemen at delivering passes to his big gunslingers like a Mike Bossy.
Caps control the draw on Long Island here at the tail end of November. The month of December is going to be brutal from a road trip standpoint for the Caps. They only play 4 times at home. These two teams will see each other again the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, 5 p.m. at Verizon Center. Kuznetsov, long way from the cooker, had it blocked by Boychuk. Hammers it off the boards. Clutterbuck will spill back to center. Johnny Boychuk to an open Cal Clutterbuck. Holtby to serve for Hillen. Hillen in the lineup with Mike Green out ailing tonight after a couple of collisions against the Buffalo Sabres. More of a commotion in the corner that you see. DeHaan on to Clutterbuck. And then Nelson at the line. This is offside against New York. Chance for us to catch our breath. Back for the conclusion of period 2 with the Isles in front. We can show you the hard hits, highlights of the game brought to you by Timberland Pro.
There's been a lot of them this hockey game. 51 hits combined between these two clubs, Boychuk and Beagle. Alex Ovechkin runs over their D-man. O'Brien right into your living room on Boychuk again. A lot of hard hits here in this game tonight on the island.
Liam O'Brien thirsty for his next one. Locker, I wonder how many teams called Boston when they realized that Johnny Boychuk was available, because that's the kind of player, that's the kind of player you would like to add to your lineup.
Well, I'm sorry, 29 teams call.
7 seasons in Boston, won a Stanley Cup in 2011. Really rugged customer. Caps in the offensive zone with Niskanen in charge. A point drive that goes wide as Halak barely budged. He was screened.
And if it comes off clean, Burakovsky has a layup in front of the net, because these boards too, as we often talk about, very quick. Just a weird bounce that bounced right over his blade, or he was wide open.
Low angle look at Carl Alsner making his way back up ice with Marcus Johansson. That play was thwarted at the attacking line by Lubomir Wisnowski. Burakovsky will tip it in. Barry Trotz wants the line change. 4:15 separating us from Lattice's intermission line. Nate Schmidt scampers to the loose puck. Hillen bangs it off the boards, intended for Beagle. High in the air, belongs to Hillen once more. Straight up the gut for Jay Beagle. Drops it to Chimera. Snapshot on the way, vacuumed up by the netminder Halak. Attention, Dish customers. Dish may drop CSN Mid-Atlantic. That would mean you'll miss out on your Caps and Wizards action. Call 1-844-I-WANT-CSN. That's 1-844 492-6827, or you can log on to iwantcsnma.com. Tell Dish not to drop your favorite teams. All of us at CSN, we're asking that you Caps and Wizards fans affected by this action, please do speak up. Keep CSN on Dish. Along with Craig Laughlin, I'm Joe Beninati as we shout out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew tonight. We're with you on CSN Plus and TCN Philadelphia. This Wednesday, Clutterbuck's drive deflected to the corner. The Islanders a 2-1 advantage over your Capitals. Goals from Lee and Hamonic for the New Yorkers. Ovechkin on the power play for DC.
Their recent run has been their second period for the Islanders. Their last 7 games, they've outscored the opposition 9-2. The Capitals have to continue like this line has done in this period. Win those one-on-one battles. Ward has been tremendous in this hockey game. They got to do that and simplify their game to get a goal here in the second.
Jack Gillen checking his rear view mirror. You know Clutterbuck's going to be in the vicinity. Chimera waits. He's all posted up on the wing. Hillen, the smooth skater, deals it into the corner. DeHaan, soon to set sail, this Ottawa, Ontario native. Tavares on the flank. Kulemin right back to Tavares. Stick save. Braden Holtby.
That was a sweet saucer pass by Kulemin. Tavares always dangerous. That puck landed flat. Excellent stop by Holtby.
Tom Wilson waiting. Backstrom loops it ahead. Ovechkin juggling it out of the air. Alex Ovechkin for Wilson towards the front. Off the skirt of the cage. Two teams are at even in full strength. 2:20 left to go in the second period. Halak paddles this away. DeHaan helps him. Moved along for the Islander captain Tavares, who bolts back through center with Oposo. Oposo in. The centering feed. Good collapsible defense there for Washington. Hustling Ovechkin on the back check.
That was awesome. OV and Orpik both take away that great opportunity. The Islanders, as we've mentioned in this show, very quick as we have a fight behind the play.
Wilson and Anders Lee. Tom Wilson getting back to his feet. Jerseys overhead. And now Anders Lee could be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think Wilson wasn't expecting Anders Lee to go after him there, and he dropped the mittens first, and I think Big Willie was caught off guard a little bit, Joe. And both guys down to the left of their goaltender.
Tom Wilson may ask for another dance, says Anders Lee. 6'3", 225, so he's big enough to tangle with Tom Wilson. Those two guys will make their way to the penalty box.
Oh, he definitely will ask for another one. He's got the big smile on his face there and saying, what just happened? Well, he'll definitely go again. Here's the hit by Anders Lee on Big Wilson. Not really a punishing blow. And Anders Lee, as the puck was coming out of the zone, just grabbed Wilson, dropped his mitts first. It should be an instigator to Anders Lee. Wilson did not have his mitts off, did not expect the fight, and that's why we have a meeting of the minds at center ice here to see if the Caps will get a power play out of this, which Trott's team should.
If you're a lip reader, you could tell there Barry Trotz said, we've got a power play?
Absolutely, they should.
Referees tonight, Kevin Pollock and Kyle Raymond making the assessment. Anders Lee dropping the gloves with Tom Wilson. And I do not know the full scouting report on Anders Lee, but I did not hear that he was tough enough to go with Tom Wilson.
No, either did I. You know, 3 years in college hockey, a lot of goals in the American Hockey League. Last year he played 22 games, had 9 goals. Not a whole lot of PIMs. It's not like he was a 250 PIM guy last year.
Anders Lee gets the additional 2-minute minor for roughing, the matching 5-minute majors. So Washington, thankfully, accepts a late second period power play against Jack Capuano's squad. Jack Capuano, 48 years of age, a Cranston, Rhode Island native, has seen his Islanders off to the best start in their franchise's history. These power play stats are packaged by the UPS store. Backstrom one-hands it for Johansson. They play on the perimeter. Point position, Niskanen. Ovechkin one-timer. Halak makes the pad save.
And again, a beautiful setup there by Niskanen, just laying it over there. And he had room, Joe. He had netting. Excellent stop by Halak, who really moved across quickly from left to right.
Johansson races into the offensive zone looking for Backstrom as Hamonic will deal with him. Johansson turns it on top to Niskanen. 1:15 to go in the period right now. Backstrom, great look! Score! Ovechkin again!
39 seconds on that Lee extra roughing minor, and that thing is in and out in a hurry. It had wings on it, Joby. How fast that went in. Check it OV. What a pass down low by Nick Backstrom. That is a beautiful sight line. You see the pass come from Mojo to Backstrom, and there he threads the needle. You see their D like Hamonic spinning around like a top, and Alex Ovechkin buries it. The Caps have tied it up late here in the second.
89 multi-goal games in the career of Alex Ovechkin. A team leading 11th. 18:47 the time of the tally in the second period tonight. Backstrom on the primary assist, and the Caps power play is humming. Season ago, they were 4 for 18 against the Islanders in a season set in which Washington took 3 out of 4 decisions.
Man, it's against a penalty killing unit that's been coming along pretty well for Capuano. Coming into this game, they'd killed off 25 and 27, and just like that, the Capitals power play that everyone knows is so dangerous have struck twice here on the island.
So the Capitals make Anders Lee and the Islanders pay for the decision to drop the gloves with Wilson. Centering pass off the outside of the cage. Holtby looking to pin that one, and he does, as Clutterbuck gets in the grill of Carlson. Ward is there too. Martin is jabbing at Beagle.
There's Clutterbuck with a headlock on Carlson from behind when no one's watching. Now Schimmer has the headlock.
Matt Martin still in the face of Jay Beagle. We know through 8 seasons as a pro, Cal Clutterbuck loves to stir it up. He is a disturber. It's always about 13.5 minutes or so of mayhem whenever he's on the ice.
Always is. He finishes every check, he chirps, he grabs, he face washes. And along with Martin, that makes that fourth line so valuable to the Islanders. You know, they can do all this type of stuff, but then they can also collect some goals.
That's what Barry Trotz was saying of the Islanders earlier today, Locker, that they are deep. Jack Capuano has 3 pretty much offensive-minded lines, and then that fourth line, what did he say? Grit and spit.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday night on Long Island, a noisy Nassau Coliseum. Caps and Isles, 1 of 9 on the NHL slate. This Islanders team has won 7 of 9 in this barn this year. A 2-2 draw with the Washington Capitals in the final 30 seconds of period 2. Eric Fehr able to play clear. Johansson racing after it. The officials are going to say icing against the Caps.
Yeah, another big face-off. You see Mojo trying to outleg Boychuk. Face-off will come back to the right of Holtby. Caps have done a much better job in their own zone here in this period compared to the first period. They really haven't generated a lot of chances, has Boychuk and his mates from the blue line. Other than that Hamonic shot, they're not getting a lot of shots from the blue line.
This draw is on the Troy Brouwer strong side, so the right-hander will take it. Brouwer, neutral there pretty much, even Steven. Leddy fires one wide of the goal, 15 seconds to play. Boychuk answered by Holtby. Down to 10 seconds left in the frame. Fehr looking to get it out. Johansson does not. 5 seconds to go. Niskanen will be well served to keep it back behind the cage. Alzner peppers it around, and that'll do it for 2 periods on Long Island.
Well, with the way this Islander team has been going along here, you got to be pretty happy if you're a Caps fan. 2-2, 20 minutes left in the third period. Very solid game with Alex Ovechkin, the marksman.
Shots on goal in period 2 are 10-9 in favor of New York. Lattice Intermission Live is coming up, a special look at Caps coach Barry Trotz. highlights and stats from up here in the booth, news and notes from around the rest of the NHL. Pretty interesting. At the quarter mark of the NHL season, about 50% of the games are one-goal decisions. Looks like we're headed that way again. 2-2 after 2, Lattice Intermission Live coming up. Thanksgiving Eve on Long Island. Caps and the New York Islanders are 2-2 after 2. And before we start the third period tonight, we look back into history, into the postseason, and Easter Eve that turns into Easter and doesn't go so well for Washington.
At the point, Denis takes it, walks in, behind the net, turns around and fires, and the shot blocked by Hatcher. LaFontaine drills a shot and a goal! On a deflection, the Islanders win the series and the game.
Locker, a painful memory for all Caps fans and for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, the longest Game 7 in Stanley Cup playoff history. 3-2 and 4 overtimes at the Caps Center. The Caps led. We led 3-1 at one point in that series. Patty LaFontaine in the fourth overtime. Close to 2 a.m. Took 6 hours to play that game. Rudy was outstanding, 73 stops, as was Mace, who had 54. Mike Gartner was solid in that period, in that series, as was Big Scott Stevens, who chipped in with 5 helpers.
So many memorable games between these two teams. That one coming in the postseason. The Islanders Stanley Cup run from 80 through 83, 4 in a row. As far as regular season games, it's meeting number 198. The Caps have only faced Pittsburgh, the New York Rangers, and Philadelphia more times.
Man, I was disappointed not to play in that. After that first game, Joe, I was knocked out by a hit by one of the Sutters. Dwayne Sutter down in the corner in the first period, ripped my knee, and I was done for the series.
That Rat Fink, he hurt you?
Yeah, I got to travel with the team, though, during the playoffs, which was cool. And I'd sit up in the box up here. The box is at the end of the rink here, and it was cool watching the game and cheering on the guys. We had a good start to that series, 3-1, and just came down to one lucky shot off a block by Hatcher, and Patty LaFontaine just spins and goes right past Bobby Mason.
Maybe that's where a budding color analyst career began.
Yeah, actually it was. I must have been interviewed about 10 times. In that game, I mean, Mike Bossy was out. I think a bunch of guys were out that game because it was such a physical series. But they just fought right to the bitter end, and the Islanders prevailed. What a game that was.
This is the first of 4 regular season meetings between the two teams this year. They'll do it again Friday afternoon, this coming Friday, folks, 5 p.m. at Verizon Center. We'll have the coverage for you on Comcast Sportsnet. Boychuk maneuvers through center and ladles it wide of Braden Holtby. Holtby and Halak in a pretty good net-minding matchup tonight. Caps have a pair of power play goals from Alex Ovechkin. The Islanders have responses from Lee and Hamonic. It's 2-2. The NHL on CSN Plus and TCN Philadelphia. We welcome hockey fans from the city of brotherly love tuning into this Metropolitan Division matchup. Joel Ward was hit up high. He was pawing at his face as he was making his way back to the bench. Yeah,
on that check, one of the Islanders forwards spun around and clipped him. No call on the play by the referees in charge.
Johansson connecting with Burakovsky. He took his eyes off of it there as he tried to release the shot. Wisnowski sends out Strome towards the front. There's Jack Hillen on guard again for Washington with Mike Green out of the lineup. Green and Brooks Light, Aaron Volpatti, Dmitry Orlov, John Erskine on the injured list. Michael Latta is the healthy scratch for Washington tonight up front. We've seen the return of Liam O'Brien this evening. Brouwer rolls it softly into a corner, then goes after Wisnowski. Islander faithful roaring their lungs out now. Cizikas has the puck. Has an assist tonight, he'll dump it in. Braden Holtby slows it down, keeps it moving for John Carlson. To a turning Yevgeny Kuznetsov. O'Brien marked by Hamonic. 5-on-5 play. The power plays have been productive for both of these teams tonight. They jam forward along the boards. Matt Martin was forced away by Carlson. Dahan and Hamonic reunited again for Jack Capuano. Martin will scuttle Washington into his own zone. Orpik on around for John Carlson, and then further to Nicklas Backstrom. Down the alleyway to Ovechkin. Full flight. Ovechkin to the interior. Hamonic says, no, you don't. Tavares off the bump set. Isles in the middle of a line change. Look out there. That's a potential too many men on the ice penalty.
Yeah, it turned into just being offsides there as Fair couldn't get out of the zone. Could have easily have been called there against Martin, who was late changing the ice.
Folks, earlier we asked you on Twitter, hashtag Capitals Talk, what are you most thankful for this year? We've got our responses coming in. We thank you very much for that.
Yeah, we do. Thank you. Thankful for good company to watch Caps games. Gotta like that.
Caps and Islanders tonight. Long wrister, Halak with a kick-out save. 3 games in 4 nights for Washington. The weekend concludes with a visit to Air Canada Centre. The chance to see the Maple Leafs up close.
And they're getting healthy with Lupul expected to play tonight.
Oposo with a rocket off the glove of Holtby. He thought he had it in the webbing. It bounced loose. Ovechkin sends it on for Tom Wilson. Wilson interrupted by Leddy. Top side for Niskanen. Cross rink to Schmidt. And then right to the glove of Halak, who will take no chances.
And when it goes side to side, it's hard to get that so-called net presence. That last shot by the Islanders sort of handcuffed Braden Holtby. Got most of it on that catching glove, but here come the Islanders. Rink-wide pass by Tavares. Here's the hold up in the shot. And there's Braden Holtby just throwing that glove up. He's looking for it. Doesn't realize it's to the left, but he'll take it here in the third.
Holtby's save percentage over 94, Locker, in the last half dozen games. Caps control the draw. Chimera lets it go. Loose in front at the top of the paint. Swept out of there by Wisniewski. Schmidt will gun it right back in. Caps have to vacate the zone, delayed offside. Point position, did Schmidt get there? No. And as he touched it, this is an intentional offside against Washington.
He knew he was in trouble there, so why not touch it? He left it there. It could have been a jailbreak, 3-2 or 4-on-2. Lex to touch it, and now the Caps have to deal with a face-off to the left of Holtby.
Linesman Jean Morin said, no, you can't do that. That's an intentional offside.
Exactly. His intentions were probably good in that decision to take the offsides rather than allowing a jailbreak by the Islanders.
Capitals normally aren't outshot in a game. They are being outshot tonight by the Islanders. It's 2-2 on the big board where it matters most. Hickey cranks this one up. That was going wide as Holtby will squeeze. McDonald's trivia for you, folks. Who holds the record for shorthanded goals? There are 2 people tied, actually, for shorthanded goals in a career by a Caps defenseman. So who are those 2? You think shorthanded goals by forwards? Obviously Peter Bondra, Mike Ridley comes to mind, Kelly Miller, maybe Bent Gustafson. But we're looking for 2 defensemen who hold that D record. It's an Islander team that has 3 shorties already this season. Face-off in the offensive zone for New York. Mikhail Grabovski, former Cap, beaten to the punch there by Jay Beagle. Ward shovels it ahead. Hickey, bothered by Beagle, who spins off the boards with a puck. John Carlson waits for the screen to develop. Chimera cycles to Ward. Further for Beagle, and then Orpik. Carlson, wrister on the way, gloved by Halak. Folks, we want to remind you, Dish customers, Dish may be dropping CSN Mid-Atlantic. You're going to miss out on your Caps and Wizards action. You need to call 1-844-I-WANT-CSN if this affects you. Or you can log on to iwantcsnma.com. Locker, we have to re-emphasize, Monday could be the day that Dish drops CSN. Don't let it happen.
And it's just a quick call or go online. You want CSN. We want you. We want you to be part of this Caps family and all the great programming that we provide you. Please weigh in. It's a phone call or get on the internet and make your voice heard.
Matt Martin with a backhand. Braden Holtby with a stick save. 5 minutes into period 3. Martin arm in arm with Alzner. Martin is one rough customer. Cizikas south of the goal line. Centering pass deflected away. Martin lost that duel there. Burakovsky comes out of there with a puck but didn't get it clear. Martin chucked one wide. 27-21, New York leads in shots on goal as Boychuk hurriedly plays it in, off the boards and out of play.
Now, this is an Islander team. You look around the NHL, when you look at volumes of shots, there's only 4 or 5 teams ahead of them when you total all the shots. And the shots per game are impressive. Here on home ice, over 36 that they register each and every game.
Speaking of shots on net, Jeep divvies it up into thirds. Low shot counter to this point in the third period as we approach the 6-minute mark. Holtby paddles this one to the corner. Tavares surveys, greeted there by Nicklas Backstrom. Oposo tied up along the boards. DeHaan fenced in by Wilson. There's a delayed penalty call coming up. It's against Washington. It's going to be a hold.
Well, the power play goes to work for the Islanders. The Caps are 2 for 2. The Islanders 1 for 1. Let's see what happens here with the PKers. And it's going to be Nick Backstrom heading to the box.
2 minutes holding.
And it's going to be the holding call against the Caps assistant captain. Face off to the right of Holtby. Huge penalty kill for the guys in white. Here you'll see it. There's Tavares trying to get to the net. The right hand in there just enough to stop Tavares from getting to the cage.
Oposo, Tavares, Nelson, Wisnowski, and Nielsen, 5 on ice in blue. Brock Nelson Locker has 6 power play goals already this season. He's tied for the NHL lead with names like Giroux, Malkin, and Nyquist. That's 29 in blue. Keep your eyes peeled on him. He's in front of the goal. Carlson clears. It'll dribble all the way to Yaroslav Halak. Lubomir Wisnowski, wherever he's been a power play quarterback. Been traded 3 different times. Stalled at center, finds Franz Nielsen on the entry for Oposo. Snaps the pass to Tavares. 1:23 in the power play for New York. Chimera and Orpik as the penalty killers along with Ward and Niskanen. Good takeaway check there by Niskanen. Help comes from Orpik. They flood this side. Wisnowski walks it and drives and hit Orpik in front. Chimera locking horns in the corner. Just about 7 minutes deep in the third. 2-2 on Long Island. 60 seconds to go in the shorthanded situation for the Caps. A string of 15 straight kills for Washington was eliminated back in the first period. Leddy in no hurry just yet. Grabowski joins. Boychuk leaves to the trailer. Strome. Backstrom will sweat it out another 35 seconds in the penalty box. Good pressure there on the outside. Excellent work by Karl Alzner.
Yeah, it's about holding the line. The only reason Alzner could hold that line against the Islanders' power play is he had great support. The Caps in textbook positioning, 4 across, no place for the Islanders to try to enter the zone under control.
Braden Holtby helping his penalty killers. Heaves it high on the glass. Boychuk keeps it in. 12 seconds in the man advantage for New York in blue. Boychuk, a slap pass, too hot to handle for Strome. Keeps it humming though. Grabowski's centering feed for Bailey. Getting in the way was Beagle. Backstrom's out of the box. 5-on-5 play. Alzner with another block shot. Backstrom is posted up at center. DeHaan to tend to him. Boychuk and DeHaan will clear for New York as we're back to 5-on-5. Alex Ovechkin feeds it on to Backstrom with the fresh legs. Looking to Tom Wilson, the pass is behind him. Ovechkin has 2 tallies for the Capitals, both via the power play. This will dribble right to Halak, and he will melt it at the top of the paint. 8 minutes, 23 seconds gone by in the third, and still 2-2. Back to the Coliseum in a moment with the NHL on Comcast Sportsnet. Thompson Craig with this window of opportunity. We can take a peek at Alex Ovechkin tonight.
Yeah, running over guys to start this game. They were talking about this game being a playoff game, and we've seen this throughout the lineup. You have to have a great leader like number 8, and he's paid it off on the power play. That's number 1. Similar one to this one. Watch number 2. Wide open, wonderful passing plays all around. The Caps on the power play have been flawless here on the island.
All-star festivities in Columbus this year as Backstrom makes the intercept. He fires one wide of Halak. Hockey fans, you can go to NHL.com/vote To put some of your favorites into that game at Nationwide Arena, I'm sure Alex Ovechkin will be receiving plenty of votes. Tom Wilson golfs it ahead. Ovechkin rumbling through center, drawing two defenders. Strome is right there to pin him to the boards. Wilson to the open man. Schmidt lets it go off the shoulder of Halak.
Yeah, that was a good save by Halak, maybe his best in the game. He really came out challenged. Schmidt was wide open. Good pass all around by Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Wilson on that play.
Schmidt had 2 goals last year, both of them at even strength. We are 5-on-5 for the moment. Nearing the midway mark of the third period. Alzner keeping New York hemmed in. Handheld look at DeHaan, looking to get this one out. It glanced off of a cap, so the faceoff comes to neutral. We can close the book on McDonald's trivia. You're looking for the 2 defensemen who are tied in the record book for the Caps for most shorthanded goals.
I came up with Hatcher and Murphy.
Hatcher and Johansson on my list.
Okay, let's take a look.
The answer is Hatcher and Sylvain Cote.
Coco.
Just a tremendous skater, Sylvain Cote. So much fun to watch him wheel around an ice rink in the NHL. Tavares motors through center with a Poso. John Carlson crossing over to make the play there. Joel Ward scoops it on out. 10-10 in the third. Barry Trotz making the line change. Todd Reardon, Lane Lambert, Blaine Forsythe joining him. Carlson fires. A pad save for Halak, and he'll squeeze.
Nice aggressive play by John Carlson. The Islanders trying to stretch pass with the Caps in a line change, and Carlson reads it perfectly, jumps in front of the 2 Islanders, and gets a good scoring chance there for Big Carly. Real nice play, reading the play. Plays over 23 minutes a game. He's put out in all big situations. When it comes to shots, he gets one there. He's got second most to Alex Ovechkin on the Capitals team.
He's second most to Nicholas Backstrom when it comes to assists, too. Mikhail Grabovski gaining ground through center. Franz Nielsen scampers to the middle. Nielsen with a backhander blocked by Niskanen. Matt Niskanen, who will turn 28 in early December, coming up. Johansson venturing into the offensive zone, not getting very far. Grabovski pinwheels onto Nielsen. And then Bailey pulls the trigger, and a glove save for Braden Holtby. Chance for us to step away. It's 2-2. 9.5 to go in the third on Long Island. This evening's game summary is brought to you by Night Point Systems. They offer the technology you need when you need it. We've seen a lot of Anders Lee this evening.
Just about a Gordie Howe hat trick, but he needs a helper. Travis Hamonic, he's got a goal, 6 hits. He's sort of the shutdown guy going out against Ovechkin all night. Ovi hasn't been held off the board, fans. His 89th career multi-goal game. He's got 2 on the power play, and we're 2 apiece here in the third.
4 of those multi-goal games this season alone. A 2-2 draw with 9:25 to go in the third period. Washington in the traveling whites, each of these teams wearing their third jerseys tonight. It's called the Stadium Series for the Islanders with the white shoulders. Clutterbuck feeds to DeHaan. Further still for Matt Martin as he'll give chase with Niskanen. Niskanen knows he's going to get hit. Matt Martin has led the league in hits each of the last 3 years. He just picked up 2 there in about 15 seconds.
And then Clutterbuck ran into OV. They just throw around their weight every shift.
Eric Fair on the go for Washington. Sidestepping DeHaan, who was able to undercut him. Chimera looking for Beagle. Clutterbuck was in the passing lane. Cal Clutterbuck at the end of his shift didn't get it deep, so he'll keep going. Had this one blocked by Jack Hillen, and it's off of the rink.
And he had Anders Lee coming off the bench to boot. He had a good opportunity there. That was actually a 2-on-1 on a lucky bounce. Capitals fortunate there as Clutterbuck needs a seat after that last shift. Here's that last shift. Notice Hillen kicks it, then he can't control. Notice Anders Lee coming late there, but Clutterbuck elects to fire it, but flex up and over the glass.
Braden Holtby and the Capitals, they've won 5 of their last 8 overall. Caps have won 9 of the last 11 visits to this building. It's treated them very well. 2-2 with 8.5 to go. Familiar cheer in this barn with the organ accompaniment. Jay Beagle has been brilliant at the faceoff dot tonight. Chimera helping him to win that draw and play it on out. Leddy resurfacing with Strome. Long strides, he'll pitch it into a corner. Brooks Orpik is there. Plays it on out for Chimera. Washington doesn't get out of the zone on the first try. Carlson will reverse. Orpik away from Brock Nelson. Lee is right there to spoil Chimera's night. Leddy pinching in from point position. This one's put off of the rink off of Leddy, so the faceoff comes out of the zone. Caps fan, your kids can join the Kids Club today for just $20. As a member, they receive a Kids Club kit. It includes a Nicholas Backstrom bobblehead, monthly newsletters, contests, and invitations to exciting events. For more info or to join, WashingtonCaps.com. Family all present and accounted for tonight. Nassau Coliseum on Thanksgiving Eve. Niskanen plays it on for Fair. Eric Fair from the wide angle. That's an easy stop for Halak, although he didn't handle the rebound cleanly. Oposo lost it there to Alsner, who's been very good tonight. Carl Alsner very, very visible. He and Niskanen on a night when the Caps are missing Mike Green from their lineup. Marcus Johansson to the front, looking for Fair, deflected aside by Hickey, and 10 rows into the spectator seats beneath us.
Yeah, Alsner and Niskanen, very good chemistry, working it D to D and starting the attack. Puck possession so important against the Islanders. They're a very good puck possession team. Last replay, good opportunity, starts with a good forecheck. The giveaway because the first man pressure, and there's the guy fumbling back up the middle to deflect it. Eric Fair talking to the referee and saying it didn't deflect off me, it should stay inside, but the referees and linesmen deem it that it goes outside the zone.
A bunch of disbelievers wearing white.
Yep.
This is a New York team in blue that's won 9 of its last 10. An Islander team hasn't done that since 89-90. They are cooking right now, tied for first in the Metropolitan Division. They're 9 points up on Washington. The Caps would like to change that by nightfall or night's end. They'll reconvene with the Islanders Friday afternoon, 5 o'clock at Verizon Center. Mikhail Grabovski knows that address as Bailey will dump it in. Hillen walled Grabovski so that Tom Wilson could take the puck. We drift below 7 minutes to go in regulation time. Hillen confidently out of his own zone, finds Ovechkin. His relay for Wilson, knifing between defenders. To the front! Halak was down and he'll cover it. 2-2 in this one. Comcast Sportsnet keeps you company the day after Thanksgiving too.
Game 2 coming up, right? Like a playoff series against the Islanders, 5 o'clock. We'll kick it off. We'll have great coverage right here on CSN. All you Caps fans, stick with us. Day after Thanksgiving, have some fun, have some turkey, have some leftovers. Check us out on the air.
I'm all for it. That would be Black Friday, right?
Yep.
Get your shopping done, get in front of the TV. Fair on this draw for Washington. Approaching 400 games in a Capitals sweater, Eric Fair. Brouwer, cross rink. Carlson steps in, rockets one right to the glove of Halak.
That's a dandy save there with the catching glove. Again, good puck movement by the Capitals at the point and moving it around, moving it from side to side. What a saucer pass that was by Brouwer, and he finds the defenseman Carlson, who gets a good rip at that shot. Excellent stop, absolutely no rebound in front of Halak.
Last season, Halak was acquired by Washington in exchange for Michael Neuvirth from Buffalo, eventually traded on to these New York Islanders. Halak and Chad Johnson have been giving the Isles stout net minding. Schmidt towards the cage, a routine stick save there for Yaroslav Halak, 2 times a Slovakian Olympian. Matt Martin through center. Going wide, erased there by Hillen. Cizikas pinched to the boards by Evgeny Kuznetsov. 6 minutes and change to go in regulation in this one. Boychuk holding at the line. Hillen racing towards it. Plays it on around for Schmidt and goes face first to the glass. Eric Fair dishes it back onto the Islanders side of the table. Nick Leddy Eden Prairie, Minnesota, winding it up out of his own zone. Leddy zooms through center, elevates that pass too much so for Oposo. Leddy pounded by his opposite two, Matt Niskanen. Tavares, the Islander captain, looking for Leddy once more. Oposo gets into the act. Niskanen bolting down the dasherboard. Islanders with a takeaway. Oposo, point position, Hamonic. Wrister goes wide. Tavares for DeHaan, wide of the goal. The big carom to the front. Oposo thwarted, sent it wide on the rebound. DeHaan winds and fires through the screen, a missile that went wide.
Caps are reeling a little bit, need a face-off or an icing call.
5 minutes to go in the game regulation, third period. Ovechkin with a crunching check there, rattling the fillings of DeHaan. Washington able to clear. Listen to this place. Niskanen ready to go. Grabowski hearing the fans, working strongly on the forecheck with Bailey. Tavares to the point, Hickey. One-timer, Wisnowski deflected high.
And fans, you don't think that you hear it on the ice, but you do, and it pumps you up. And that's why the Islanders have put two good shifts together with sustained pressure. You hear the fans, you feel the building rocking, and you get energized because of that.
Mike Green, the injured Capitals defenseman, he's always said that about the Verizon Center faithful. Right now, Beagle and the Caps in hostile territory. It's 2-2. Alex Ovechkin with a fresh new tape job. It's 2-2 late in the third period. Our Caps player of the game is the Caps captain, sponsored by the Palm Restaurant.
Yeah, he's all over the score sheet. 2 goals, 4 shots, 3 hits. 89th career multi-goal game. 2 takeaways, 18:41 of ice time. Alex Ovechkin against the Islanders now, 24 goals in 34 games.
Not bad. Folks, you can enter to be the Palm Fan of the Month at thepalm.com/fan. Joe and Craig with you. A noisy Nassau Coliseum. 2-2 with the NHL on CSN Plus and TCN Philadelphia tonight. So glad to have you along for the ride. Mikhail Grabowski racing into the offensive zone with Franz Nielsen. It bounces to the doorstep. Holtby swats it to the corner. Chimera with Beagle's help, and down the boards comes Joel Ward. Ward on his backhand to the slot. The back-checking Bailey was there to keep it moving for Franz Nielsen, native of Denmark. For Bailey to close, ripped it wide. Boychuk towards the cage, answered by Orpik. John Carlson will take over for Washington. It's been a really good hockey game. 2-2 on Long Island. They'll do it again Friday afternoon in D.C. Orpik with help from Beagle. Didn't get it out. Anders Lee goes round and round. Brock Nelson is next. Lee pinned to the boards by Orpik. Bounced off the check. Beagle, a bloodhound in the corner, no pun intended. Beagle digging for it still. 4 players in the scrum as we close tight on it. Less than 3 minutes to go in regulation time. The officials giving those guys a long leash. John Carlson plays the boards. Joel Ward didn't get it out. Great shift here for New York. Lee and Strome and Nelson working feverishly. Ward says enough. Johansson goes one-on-one with Leddy. Johansson on the push-through move. Poke checked by Halak. At center, it's Oposo. Into the Washington zone, goes 360 on Niskanen, who stayed with him. Johansson on the take-back for the Capitals. Brouwer working against DeHaan. Calvin DeHaan doing the job. Tavares has the fresh legs working in. Met there by a couple of defenders. Niskanen bouncing right back up as Alzner sends it to the corner curve. Hamonic from point range, pad save Holtby, and he'll squeeze.
And that was a tough save there because of the keep-in at the point. Mojo couldn't get that puck out of the zone. Weird bounce along the wall. Hamonic just throws it to the net. There's Mojo trying to get out there. There's that wild shot. Anything's a good shot now in the third period. Just throw it at the net. Hamonic makes it a toughie for Holtby.
Isles have won their last 4 in succession and 9 of the last 10. We made that point apparently clear for you. as they win this draw back for Hamonic, who has one of the 2 tallies tonight. DeHaan through the screen, sticked away by John Carlson. 2 Alex Ovechkin power play goals for Washington. Tallies from Hamonic and Lee for New York. 1:33 separating us from overtime. Matt Martin at the tip of the forecheck with Clutterbuck. 4-man scrum in the corner. Tied up long enough for a whistle. In a 2-2 game, Locker, you can revisit your voice on value, presented by Morgan Franklin Consulting.
It's a process to get guys to go to the net. Talk about net presence. Well, 2 guys, or Ovechkin netted 2, but they didn't have a whole lot of traffic in this game against Halak, Joby. They have to get better at that. They're practicing at that, and they're slowly understanding the courage, the commitment, all those type of things to play in front of the net in the NHL.
Ovechkin had 3 goals in 4 games against New York last season, 2 goals against the Islanders tonight. Nicholas Backstrom has points in 3 straight outings. He's taking the draw against Mikhail Grabovski. I wish somebody could pull a plug on that organ. Halak back behind the cage, sweeps it on. Backstrom pinched along the wall by Nielsen. Cycles to Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin drags one towards the cage and wide. Final minute of regulation time. The 60th minute of the game. Tom Wilson on his way down to the deck, bouncing back up. Nielsen wins the board battle. On for Travis Hamonic, the Winnipeg native, to Calvin DeHaan. 40 seconds to go. DeHaan bombs one in from center. Strange bounce comes right to the front. Tavares at the doorstep. Poke checked by Holtby. 30 seconds to go. Johansson using the boards and glass to get it out. Help comes from Brouwer. Down the wall goes Fair. Oposo beats him to the biscuit. Johansson centering pass collected by Kuhlman. 17 seconds to go. Tavares with a full steam ahead. Tavares hooks. Waits for help. To the slot and on through. Drive deflection. Holtby the save on Kuhlman. 6 seconds to go as the Caps relieve the pressure. 3, 2, 1. There's a whistle with .8 to go. Alex Ovechkin giving referee Kyle Raymond an earful. One more draw to endure.
They'll pull the goalie, and they want to check the time here as Halak goes to the bench in favor of a 6th guy. We expect it to be 1 or .8 by the time this is all settled out, but the referee going over.
Remember, this is not basketball. The puck would have to cross the goal line before time expires. It's not basketball, the shot out of your hand. It's a 2-2 game. They are going to add a little bit of time. As you guessed, Locker, it goes to 1.3. Barry Trotz looking up. Good face-off there by Fair to the boards. And this game will require the extra session. It's 2-2 on Long Island. Capitals Overtime is brought to you by Geico. Saving people money on more than just car insurance. So the 2 teams have earned a point in the standings. We're about to go to 4-on-4 sudden victory overtime. 2-2 after 60 minutes. Geico highlights-wise, let's have a peek at Alex Ovechkin's 2 power play goals.
And there was concerns coming into this game that OV wouldn't dress. Well, here he did, and that's a wicked blast to start the scoring for the Caps on the power play. Another one on the power play. Nick Backstrom threads the needle. Alex Ovechkin, the goal scorer here tonight on the road for the Caps.
6 of his 11 on the campaign have come on the power play, both of those tonight. It was his goal at 18:47 of the second period. That was the last on the score sheet. We went through a scoreless third. Both goalies have been busy and been good. And you can check out how these teams have fared after the 60-minute mark. Yeah,
the Caps 2-1 in overtime, 1-2 in the shootout. The Islanders 1-0 in overtime. But don't go to a shootout with them, Joe B. They got some danglers over there. They're 5-0.
They've won 5-0 this year. They're 7 for 7 in their last 7 trips to a shootout exercise.
That was a wicked good game against Philadelphia the other night. 67 to 67 shots combined for Halak and Mason. They ended up winning that game in that shootout.
Halak made 21 saves in the shutout. Halak, third best in the NHL when it comes to shutouts. Fleury and Lundqvist already with more. Alex Ovechkin in his brilliant career, he has 15 overtime game winners. Locker, look at the bottom note. 5 of them against this Islander troop.
Like it. That's a sweet looking team there. Yager at the top, 4 better than Alex Ovechkin. Elias 1 better. Fedorov and Sundin all up there in our top 5.
All of those guys outstanding lamp-lighters. A 2-2 hockey game. Jack Capuano's squad perched atop the Metropolitan Division. Barry Trotz will see this team again on Friday afternoon. The question is, who will win this one tonight? By any means. Strome quickly off the draw, cuffed down by Holtby. 4-on-4 hockey in the extra session. Leddy with a great speed, races in. Good poke check there by Backstrom. Wow, can Leddy turn it on?
And can Backstrom ever play both sides of the puck?
Tavares off the steal. To the point position for Leddy. Jammed up there with Backstrom. Orpik jumping up into the rush. Nicholas drags us to center. Leddy's on the go again. Leaves for Strome. Gets it back. Top side to Tavares. Hawked by Ovechkin. Tavares slams on the brakes. Peeking out of the corner. That's a great pass. Hamonic fires. Glove save. Holtby.
Makes it look easy, doesn't he? These goaltenders, including Braden Holtby, when they can see that puck as well as Holtby has been seeing it, you know, it either looks like a pea or it looks like a beach ball coming at you. That's a beach ball. He makes that look routine. It's a pretty good looking wrist shot there by Hamonic right into the webbing of the catching glove.
Off a Backstrom-like pass from Tavares. How in the world he spotted Hamonic through that maze of legs. Quite impressive. Burakovsky on the draw with a Poso. A face-off win for Washington. Niskanen on to Johansson. Marcus fumbled it at center. Islanders off the rewind. This is Hickey. Board to board intended for a Poso. Canceled out by Alsner. Into the second minute of overtime. Game tied at 2. Braden Holtby says it's icing and the linesmen agree.
Now the Caps will change, get 4 fresh guys out there to try to ham in the Islanders and Franz Nielsen's group as Capuano looks on here in the overtime period.
On the season, the Caps have been a better face-off squad than the New York Islanders. Ovechkin awaiting his next chance. Eric Fair to this draw. He beat a Poso on it. Schmidt on his backhand. Badgered all the way to the boards by Nielsen. There's Brouwer protecting the puck. Troy Brouwer to the corner for Fair. Fair turns to the slot, fanned on it. He was stick checked too. Recovers the rebound though, Eric Fair. A low angle look as they jam along the boards in Oposo. Spirits it free for New York.
Oh, there's no zone defense when it comes to 4-on-4. It's man-on-man.
Boychuk into the rush and a stick save for Holtby.
And that's why it's difficult to defend, and that's why you see a lot of 4-on-4 goals. It's man-on-man. If you can beat one guy, you've automatically set up a 2-on-1 somewhere on the ice. Boychuk and Leddy have been all over the place here tonight. That was Boychuk leading the attack right up the middle to try to get one against Holtby in the overtime.
Boychuk, Locker, has 2 goals this season, both of them on the road, both of them on the power play. This is 4-on-4. Caps with the upper hand, as you could tell in the face-off department, top of the screen. Wisnowski well in from point position for Grabowski. Joel Ward drags this loose. John Carlson, his pass was intercepted by Nelson. Closing in. The snapshot's a sizzler from Nelson. It goes high. Grabowski digging in against Carlson. Lubomir Wisnowski steps in. Twirling back behind the cage. The Capitals to the rescue to clear. Just about halfway through the overtime. Deadlocked at 2 apiece. familiar refrain rings out from the Coliseum. Second to the last time in the regular season the Caps will play in this building. Ovechkin off of a takeaway and a delayed penalty call coming up. It's against New York for holding the stick.
I thought Backey was going to draw one in, but it's Backstrom heading to the box for holding the stick. He doesn't like the call.
The reason I was fooled, Locker, Holtby was racing to the bench. He thought the penalty was on New York. He sold me.
Well, so did I, because Rod's right here, right there, the trip. That's what I thought they were going to call the Islanders on. Then Nick Backstrom spins around, grabs the blade, and he's the one going off there as Nelson draws the penalty. Could have went both ways there, Joe.
The reason I called it the way I did, Holtby was in neutral zone, thinking that the penalty call was against the Islanders. Instead, Barry Trotz's team has to kill a 4-on-3 in the extra session.
And Holtby's talking to the referee just about that, Joe. And he's giving it to the referee down in his crease.
Beagle, Orpik, Karlsson. They are called under the carpet now under the most extreme conditions. Short-handed in overtime in a 4-on-3. Tavares and Oposo, Wisniewski and Boychuk 4 on the ice in blue. Karlsson will clear. Backstrom 2 for holding the stick. Washington short-handed in overtime. Boychuk feeds. Wisniewski. Smart-looking pass out there for Tavares. He's the playmaker. John Tavares knocked down by Karlsson. Point position, Wisniewski. One touch, Boychuk! A Whistler that went wide, and the rebound will chase Wisniewski back to center. Beagle there to harass him. Oposo swivels right into the waiting arms of Karlsson. 1:43 left in the overtime. 80 seconds in the short-handed situation. Wisniewski casually now at center. Tavares on the entry with Oposo. Methodically, the Islanders go through this power play set. Tavares waits. He'll interchange with Wisniewski, who's going to want his one-timer. Boychuk settles. Fires. Glove down by Holtby. Orpik didn't clear. Tavares steps in. Feeds to Oposo. 48 seconds short-handed for Washington. Oposo. Tavares. Boychuk bombs away wide. Big rebound. Beagle will clear. Racing to the bench now, the Washington penalty killers. 3 new guys out there. 50 seconds to go in OT. Backstrom set free in 28 seconds. Nick Leddy on the hop. Plays it hard around. Alzner anticipated that. Strome wins the board battle. The feed for Leddy. On top to Boychuk. 15 seconds short-handed. Boychuk gets away from Brouwer. Plays it below the goal line. There's Strome. Ryan Strome, top side to a better shooting lane. Feeds to Tavares. Pump fake. Gets the cap down. Fires. They score!
Well, it was a bad call against Backstrom in the first place, but they'll take the victory here on the island, as that puck looked like it might have ricocheted off of Boychuk, who was in front of the net. It was definitely a Tavares shot, but Boychuk was right in front of Holtby. Here's a look at the goal. Great fake by Tavares. He's going to take a step laterally, and look at Boychuk in front. That definitely changed direction, either through the pads of the goaltender or off Boychuk, the big defenseman. Sure looks like it hits his right leg and gets past Holtby. But Backstrom in the box, not a great call here by the referee, and the Capitals fall here on the road.
Comcast Sportsnet coverage of Capitals hockey has been brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. Your Washington area Chevy dealers. Find your local dealer on ChevyFirst.com. Crop Metcalf, for all your plumbing needs, call Crop Metcalf, home of the 5-star technician. And by Mercedes-Benz of Arlington and Mercedes-Benz of Alexandria. Skates were flying tonight. This was a terrific hockey game on Long Island, inside of Nassau Coliseum. And yes, the Islanders do appear to be very much for real. They really do down Alex Ovechkin and the Caps in overtime, 3-2. For Craig Laughlin, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks very much for your time. Join us again Friday early evening, 5 o'clock Eastern time. We'll do it again. It's an encore between the Caps and the New York Islanders. Alex Ovechkin with a pair of power play goals. This game was pulse-pounding. It had everything. And in the end, it is John Tavares with a game-winning goal in overtime. Folks, happy Thanksgiving. Have a great day tomorrow. We'll talk with you Friday.